And I still, how do I make Greg? I can remove guest. I can remove you. How the hell do I bring Greg in? I see you. Maximize. Oh, snap. Well, now I can hear myself talking. Wait. Can you hear me, Greg?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, well, why can't I see myself? What is going on? Wait. Okay, there's that. Oh no. And why can I hear myself playing back? I'm echoing. We might have to go back to stream. What the hell? I've been waiting to do this for a while. And it's echoing. And I can't bring us both on. World. Okay, how about this?
Hi.
There we go. Well, that's not intuitive. Now we just got to figure out why I'm echoing.
Do you have the echo cancellation thing turned on in the settings?
Oh. I do now. But it's echoing.
Oh no.
You know, I actually. Let's see. Noise suppression. I think it's on your side. But hold on. Let me try something. Let me do the audio. Bring this over.
How's that?
Here. Okay. Oh wait. Why?
Hello.
No, wait. No, hold on. No, I'm still echoing. Hello. Why are you coming through my? What in the world? How are you? Oh, wait, hold on. What the hell? Why? This is not gonna work. Oh my jeebus! I'm trying to think this through. Let me go through the roadcaster. Now I'm definitely not gonna be able to hear you because now you're going to roadcaster. So I definitely can't hear you. Now let me bring you back to where I should be able to hear you. And okay. And I can still hear myself. Why? When someone's talking, reduce the echo when talking without headphones. Well, that's not. It's like it. This is terrible. One of the reasons I wanted to use this. By the way, this is impossible. I'm talking and it's just going. It's echoing. Is that the video quality looks better on my screen? Does it look better to people watching than normally?
Yeah, they said it looked better.
See? I knew it. StreamYard does not stream as high as this. And that's why I want to be over here. I just need to figure out this echoing. Because I also think it might record that way. Which would be terrible.
You can't do a show with yourself echoing in your head. You'll drive yourself insane.
Bro, it's a whole second.
I know.
Delayed. Really want to jump out of things. See, look. People say it looks better. It's cleaner. Greg was also super delayed. What? Is everyone echoing?
Guess so.
They can hear you echo too?
That or there's like a lip sync problem.
It is crazy. It looks better. I always suspected this. But I need to figure out.
Looks better, but it doesn't work.
Are we echoing to the live stream? I'm just curious.
Let me listen to the live stream. Let's see what happens.
Greg is up now. Is everyone echoing?
Guess so.
They can hear you echo too?
That or there's like a lip sync problem. No, just you're echoing. Yeah, I'm out of sync.
They can hear me echoing too?
Yeah.
What the hell? Okay, hold on.
Do you have both your microphones activated?
No.
Okay.
I do not. Great question though.
No problem.
So it's my mic. I got an idea. Let me do this. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Can't hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
So now let me go. Hello?
Hello.
Dang, nabbit. All right, I'm gonna jump out and jump back in and see if that works.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back. Everything might crash. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Well, it didn't crash, but I'm still here. Now is the show better with just me? Because I don't think I'm echoing. So maybe the show is 100% better and we don't need Travis.
Maybe. Damn it. Okay. I'm very upset. I'm very upset by this. Let me I have to figure this out. Oh, let me get rid of the Don't go. I don't get it. Is this it? No. Hello.
Hey.
Hold on. Hello. No. Oh my god. I just want to. I'm so over this. It looks better. Which is what I wanted. But the echo is ridiculous. So now I got to talk to these guys, ask them, and like, why is it echoing? Christmas name show. It doesn't make sense. Was I echoing before? Hold on. Hello? Now, am I echoing to people right now? Am I echoing right now to everyone in here? Now that I've taken him off. Am I echoing right now? Right this very second. Am I echoing now? See? No longer echoing. It is you, Greg. It is your fault. Check your audio section. It's not me. It's you, Greg. It's something you're doing. It's something you're doing. Check all of your audios. No, it wasn't me.
Let's see.
Greg dropping the ball again. Oy vey. What?
How's that?
Why are you coming up through my speakers now? What the hell? What is this software?
Let me rejoin.
Hold on. Let me try something. That literally makes no sense. Okay, he's gonna rejoin. It's him, right? It's him. It makes no sense. Yeah, see, so this is new software, includes your audio. That's what I'm thinking, Renee, something like that. So we're using new software because I've always suspected this would be a clear image. But the only reason that I hadn't up until this point is because they didn't support blue screen or green screen. And now I don't even use a green screen anymore because Greg's still using one. So I still wanted to wait. And they have some really cool new features, which is dope. Now, what do you mean by delayed? Like my voice is delayed? Wait, what? I don't even understand what that means. But at the end of the day, like, it has some pretty cool features. We might go back over to StreamYard. I've always wanted to try. I've paid this thing. I've been paying for this thing for like a year and haven't even really used it because of oy vey, Ishmir, man. What in the world? My audio's out of sync? No, wait. Okay, let's try this now. All right, Greggy.
Hello.
Yes, victory. Victory. Whatever you did is fine now.
I switched my web browser, but I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
What is happening? Okay, we're good. Everything is great success. We got a lot of people in the EU that are checking us out. Appreciate that. Everything is good.
Always have to use Chrome. That is the lesson of today.
Yes, indeedy. Feed the needy. All right, cool. So we can get into this. I'm actually going to go ahead and put the chat overlay on, so for people later on, they can see the chitted chat because y'all are really great.
Yes, can't do that, StreamYard?
No, not yet. That's what I'm saying. So they both have different features. Like StreamYard has the ability to do a giveaway, which would be perfect because I really want to give some of this stuff away. It's taking up too much room. I am going to give away something today. So I am going to do it today. So let's get on with the GadgetCast, as 504 says. I totally agree.
All right.
All right.
Let me just let me put out a tweet. And engage all 7,500 followers to join the stream. So we'll see.
Dang. Big flex. That's a flexican. I don't think he said much. The only thing he said was that he was Greg's arch nemesis, which is true.
Yeah, I was very disappointed with that.
Someone was too.
Like, tagged us and was like, "Oh, Sam was talking about you," and I'm like, "Oh, really?" And then he's like, "It's your arch nemesis." Yeah, and that was it. And I watched like 10 minutes extra just to see anything else happen, and it was nothing.
Happened. Nothing happened.
I was listening to this boring conversation.
I had to listen to the Genius Cast. Can you imagine?
Like, can we not do this? Can we not do this?
I had to listen to the Genius Bar for like 10 minutes. I don't want to do that.
I was like, can I get that 10 minutes of my life back? And I don't think it is possible.
I don't think so. All right, I'm ready to do this because I got to talk about giveaway stuff, and then we got a bunch of stuff to cover. I don't have my Oculus here in the room, but I'll talk about it. I got lots of things to talk about.
It's funny that you mentioned the Oculus. I'll save it for the show, but it's going to be fun.
I'm excited. Okay, here we go.
Let's do it. I got my new SD card in. Hopefully it doesn't fail on me.
Did you buy a new one? Thank you, Jeebus.
Look at this. I just opened it.
I have so many extra ones. I even have one still in the package.
One too. Look at this. Look at this.
Thank you.
I'm learning.
For the $10 that you spent to keep this podcast running.
14 inflation, Travis. $14. All right.
Here we go. GadgetCast in 3, 2, 1, record.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
3, 2, 1, 0, 0. And liftoff.
Hello, world. Your ears do not deceive you. Me and Travis MCP are back with another Gadget Cast. We didn't skip this week. I think this is the longest streak we've had in quite some time. So let's get down with the show. I completely messed up the intro. I don't care. We're doing it new, Travis. We're doing it new. Out with the old, in with the new. I mentioned we are here, and that's it, because I've had quite a week of reflection, and I must say that our podcast is actually great. I've listened to a lot of other podcasts this week, and I must say ours is the best. Even at our worst, we are the best. And you know me, I don't speak highly of my own videos. I don't think you should watch them.
I watched half of your one from today, but it got cut.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Very proud of you, man.
Goodie. I was proud of that one. I worked hard on that one. Released it today. It did very well. So I'm like, oh, look, hard work, pay it off. That's good to see, because I was expecting it to bomb, because I was like putting in the tags for that video, and I'm like, what is this video? Like, I mean, it's not about a new product. It's just about Apple changing. And that's all I'll say. But I think it was the title that grabbed people. It's like, what do you mean Apple changed? So I think it was well done. But enough about me. Last time I self-promoted myself on my own podcast, I got a bad review in Apple Podcasts. People saying there's too much self-promotion on this show. What do you think a podcast is? It's all ego and self-promotion. You got to have quite an ego to start a podcast. To think that people want to listen to you talk for over an hour sometimes, that is all ego. You cannot be humble and have a podcast. I'm sorry to say. You think Joe Rogan is humble? You think John Prosser's humble? You think Sam Cole from iUpdate is humble?
No.
You think Luke Miani is humble?
Never.
Noah, his co-host, is pretty humble, but he didn't start the podcast. It was Luke.
That's true. That is true. Luke, we're all kind of narcissists, especially if we got a YouTube channel. Yes. We're pretty narcissistic. Yeah. All right. So here's we got so much to talk about today. I'm actually kind of excited for today because there's so much cool So much cool stuff. I mean, it's funny because I saw a couple of YouTubes. Actually, let's start real quick with this. Saw a bunch of YouTube videos put out just in the last couple of days about how tech YouTube is kind of dying and it's slow. And it's really interesting to see this. I didn't realize that everyone else was feeling it the way I was. I know Jazzy 2 Cents put a video out, which kind of was really surprising. I watched that. But you know, it's just, I guess it just depends on what tech you're into, because I just came across something that is blowing my mind on a daily basis now, Greg.
So you got what I assume you're referring to is a little bit of virtual reality.
I do.
Travis, this is a weird thing because we did not talk about virtual reality. And I find it extremely strange that we have both bought an Oculus Quest.
What?
Yes.
You must friend me.
I also bought one within the same time period. I just got it yesterday. I have not set it up like you. I assume you have set it up. And
oh yeah, I've been messing.
So, but it is weird that I assume we both, you got it yesterday?
It came in either yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I saw you like tweet about it, and I'm like, how odd is this? That like we literally did not talk about this, and for some reason, both of us felt the need to check out this product. And I think there was a lot of hype around it with like Black Friday and stuff like that. I think it was a big seller for some reason. And I don't know, it just clicked for me. There's I want to hear your experience about it, but the only reason I bought this thing, to be honest, is because I'm a big Resident Evil fan. And apparently they made Resident Evil 4 virtual reality. They took the whole game and put it in VR. And I'm like, I will pay $300 just to experience this. And that is why I bought it, but I do want to check out some of the other things. So why did you buy this Oculus Quest?
Two reasons. Number one, Rob Wilson, who runs the vidIQ channel, has been telling me about it for the last little while. So it was on my radar. And when I saw that the Walmart was selling a refurb for $199, I'm like, it's $200. I think I'm just gonna.
Whoa. Hold on. I should have thought. See, when you don't have communication, $199. Go ahead, continue. I got to see if I can return this other one.
Yeah, because it's like an Apple refurb. It looked like it had never been opened. It is exactly like an Apple refurb. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh my God, $199. Now, if you buy it through like Amazon and stuff, it's like $299. You get like a $50 gift card. So it depends on how you look at it. But I mean, $199, right? So I'm like, this is one of those things that I feel like I can try it and let's see what happens. So I'm not completely a newbie to VR. I've had some VR experiences. I think, well, I've had a couple like in arcade centers and stuff like that, and those have always been really cool. Probably my longest VR has been through the Samsung smartphones, and it's not really VR. This is on a level that blows that crap away. Now, of course, stuff that's connected, you can also connect this to your computer, which I did not know when I bought it. So it's like, it's a full VR. But what this thing does is it brings back to life something that I was always in love with that most people weren't, which is 3D. Because VR is basically 3D, it's interactive 3D. This thing is incredible. When I got it, I'm like, let me just play around with it. I don't want to buy any extras. I don't want to do any of that. I'll try a game or two. I'm not going to pay for anything. I just want to see what it's like. I bought so many games and accessories already in the last day. I can't even begin to tell you, because even watching YouTube, there's the 3D videos you watch on YouTube, I've never seen them come so alive. I watched this one about space. The freaking planet was 2 inches from my face. Now, 3D videos, well, I say, if you're going through this experience, start from there. Actually, I would say rewind. Start from like watching Netflix and stuff, because it puts you in a virtual room. It has like a huge 100-foot screen. And you watch like movies, and it's really cool, right? Then from there, move on to 3D videos, which are on YouTube, and those are like mind-blowing, and then go into VR. I say do it that way because if you do it the other way, it's slightly less impressive. It's still really good, but this, you build up to it. So I love Beat Saber. I think it's incredible. I played around with I forget what it's called, Hot something, which is incredible. I went into this virtual world and watch some MMA fights with a bunch of people and started just talking to them. And you're in these little avatars. You're just walking around this room. You're looking at this huge not even 100 inches, probably like a 10-foot high screen. It's incredible. It's crazy. Now, Okay, Renee did say something that did bug me about it. You do have to like log in with Facebook, which I was not particularly happy about, but I do have Facebook, so it is what it is. That's the one thing. But and then people are asking about feedback about comfortability and stuff. So the thing you get with it is fine, but since the battery dies fairly quick, it's like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on what you're doing. Which I never thought I would sit a 2-hour session in that thing, but I'm telling you, I had to get a new battery immediately because I'm like, okay, I'm staying in here too long, and a new headset. This thing makes me excited if Apple decides to really double down on this, because wow, I am continually impressed by this thing. And I almost feel like a noob because this thing's been out for a while. And I'm finding like YouTube channels that are about this. It is on a level of cool that I was just telling my friend, it's the coolest piece of tech I've ever bought. And easily, if I were to do a video this year about my favorite tech, this is it. For 2021, this crushes everything else I've bought. Crushes.
That is high praise. You know, I'll try. I got a lot of thoughts, so I gotta bring this together cohesively. We'll talk about the Apple stuff a little bit after this, because they are working on a headset, and I think that'll be interesting to talk about, like what would make a good Apple headset. How can they break into this space? Because I think actually they'd have a hard time doing it for a couple of reasons. But so like I want to know, because I've had experience in VR too, and I everything you said about your initial experience with VR was the same thing with me. I was just like, I tried like the cardboard stuff and like some of the Samsung headsets. The most advanced version of VR I tried was PlayStation VR, which was okay. Like it was okay. The thing that PlayStation VR really lacked for me is it didn't have a good movement system. Like a lot of the games, like I think the most advanced game I played for PlayStation VR was like Resident Evil 7 in VR. And you're still using like a standard controller to move around. So you kind of had like a disconnect where like this Oculus, to its credit, comes with the headset. It's all standalone. You can connect it to a PC, like you said. You don't have to. But it also comes with the controllers that are motion, so you move them around and stuff like that, which I think would be, I think that would trick you more into thinking you're actually in a virtual space rather than moving something analog, where it's like, okay, I can still feel that disconnect. But I've had problems in VR in the past where I would get kind of like a little nauseous, a little queasy. Have you ever had that problem? And are you having that now with this?
Great question. So, in the past, no, never. There is one, what was it, roller coaster VR that you can do in this where you can shoot and stuff. I felt a little queasy, but I think you know what it was, is I think it ended up being confirmation bias, because before I started playing it, I started reading the reviews and people were like, I threw up. And I'm like, I've never had this problem before. While I'm playing, I'm like, ooh, my stomach feels sour. Like, why is that happening? But I ended up not having any problems with it. So yeah, I mean, no, I have not. So if you have in the past, there are games that will do that to you for sure.
Well, getting sick on a roller coaster, that's realistic. So I'm fine. You know, if it's going to make me sick on that, that's okay. But if I'm like, you know, it's like chilling in a VR room, I don't want to just be like, I feel it's weird that you say confirmation bias, because every time I put on a VR headset, I've always had that in the back of my head of like, people get sick when they play this. Am I going to get sick? I wonder if I just go into it going, I'm not going to get sick, and I just put it on. I wonder if that would change a mindset and I wouldn't do it. But enough people seem to be using this to the point of where this feels like one of the more mainstream attempts at doing VR, and the quality. Also, with my past VR headsets, I've noticed like the resolution was just a little too low. You could see pixelated things everywhere. What do you think about Quest 2?
So it's better now. And here's the thing. So I literally just watched a video before we came on that you can kind of overclock it in a way to get even higher and better refresh rates, higher resolution, better refresh rates. But apparently, again, if that becomes, which by the way, I don't think it's a problem currently, even the way it's set up, I think it's fine. It could be better, of course, but it's fine. I think if you plug it into your computer, as long as your computer's powerful enough, like you can get the even higher, which mine is not, even higher refresh rates and higher resolution. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And I'm never, especially when playing something like Beat Saber or something, it's literally not an issue. Completely not an issue. I will not play a Resident Evil in that VR because it's so immersive. I would poop myself 100%. I would never play. I saw some of the scary games they have there, never would play them.
It's that immersive that you would
for me, you know how, you know what the thing is? You take our Gadget Cast headphones, which I'll talk about in a minute, you use your little plug-in, you plug it into the headset, and it's a wrap. You are somewhere else. You are not sitting in your couch or standing in your living room. You are wherever the hell that thing is. And let me tell you something about Beat Saber. You feel so badass. You know you look like a fool on the outside. Anyone who's watching you look idiotic, but you in there playing a song and you slapping them colors. Man, you are the world's most badass Jedi. Let me tell you something about that. Woo! Ah, man, I can't wait to get off this gadget cast. Go me play some more, man. Let me tell you about that.
I might have to set this up tonight. You're saying this is so immersive, I'll actually scare myself in Resident Evil VR.
I can't play Resident Evil. I need to see what happens with you. Have to record yourself with an iPhone watching yourself play Resident Evil. I got to see that.
Hey, and this is another point I wanted to bring up now that you mentioned it. You were talking earlier about how there's this kind of like feeling in the tech community that views among channels are down. And I also feel that in a way. I've been noticing that as a trend longer than even this, but last year completely offset that. You know what I mean? Like it was an artificial year, but I felt that even before my career, looking back at the views that tech channels used to get and comparing them against now. And I think there's a lot of factors to that. I think there's more people to watch than ever, where back in the day, there was like 5 people you could watch. They would get every single view out there. Now people have, I don't know, thousands of people to choose from, maybe more when they look out for looking for a tech reviewer. And there's some people they like, some people they don't like, whatever. But I also think there is a problem that we're going to have to eventually confront as tech reviewers. Maybe VR solves this in the long term, but in the short term, it is very hard. As you explained VR headset, if you were to make a video on this product, how do you show this off to someone? How do you explain to someone the sensations you're feeling? And it is incredibly difficult to do on a video because these people are not in a virtual world with you. Maybe they're watching you have the headset or some B-roll like that, and they're hearing your experience with it, but they're not really there. They're not really feeling these experiences. And I feel like that's all tech today. I feel like it was easier to explain what an iPhone was when it first came out, and you could watch a video and you can relate to everything someone was doing on the phone just by showing it on a camera. It's very simple to understand. But we're at a point now where one of the most popular features with a phone is a camera. And you could do the camera comparisons, you could do the video, but there's also an experience to that and how it feels to use it and how these pictures and videos look without compression, all these things that you can try and show someone and you can't.
Right.
And that is the problem for tech reviewers right now. It is very hard to relay an experience on video. And it's getting harder the more abstract this stuff becomes. I know Luke Miani always says he refuses to do Apple Watch videos because it's really hard to actually show what's going on in your Apple Watch screen. You're like breaking your back trying to like zoom up on the screen and show you everything. And it is one of the hardest products to kind of do a review for. And I think as we move into the future with Apple making a VR headset, maybe they're doing AR glasses, how do we convey these experiences to people? AirPods is also ridiculously hard to do. You've done AirPod video or any wireless earbuds and stuff like that. Headphones themselves, I don't know how El Jefe does it, but it is hard to walk someone through the experience of, hey, these are how they sound. And that is so abstract in ways and very difficult to do. And I think it's a problem we'll have to tackle to keep being successful on these platforms.
Yeah. And, the thing is, there are ways to kind of simulate what you can see. I see also they just recently on the Oculus, like I just saw this video that was only from 4 days old that allows you to use your iPhone to do an augmented reality so that it puts you inside of the game and people can watch you play the game with it. And I don't know how else to describe it. It's a video. I found this channel, this YouTube channel, 2 ladies do it. It's all VR. And it's an app that allows you to kind of do that. But even that, because I had seen Beat Saber on YouTube and stuff before, and I was like, oh, that looks really fun. It is exponentially more interesting and fun to do it than it is to see it, talk about it, whatever. Like people might be listening to this going, I'm not interested in VR. And maybe you're not. For some people, they can't even do it. Their eyesight might be messed up, might, give them, issues. But for anyone that can, it is life-changing. It makes you think, like, what else can you do with this? So one of the apps, which I think is awesome, especially for where we are right now, one of the apps they have is a boardroom meeting app for actual businesses to do virtual meetings in their room. And I think this is a fantastic idea, because for people who can't get together anymore, especially even companies that are remote, like the one that I work with, vidIQ, like to be able to sit down in a virtual meeting space and be able to draw on a whiteboard and all these other things you would do in real life, but you're just, virtually there. There are some really cool capabilities with something like this. And, the more I use it, the more I'm like, wow, this, again, I feel like I'm coming late to the game, even though I've been aware of it and stuff. But the reality is, it is, again, I wonder what Apple will do with this, because the Oculus has Facebook behind it, which is huge, which means it'll do well. So Facebook owns Oculus, if you don't know, which is good, bad, and different, depending on how you look at it. The one good thing about it is there's going to have so much money behind it that it's going to be hard to fail. But it doesn't mean it won't fail. It just means it's going to be hard to fail. But a company like Apple, who will fiercely go after something like this, if they decide to go after it, what will they use it for? Like, what is going to be their hook? It's not going to be gaming, I don't think, because I don't think anyone assumes, hold on, I don't think people, when they think of Apple, think of gaming. They do have games for like the Apple TV and stuff, and they do have Apple Arcade. But I think if I went down and talked to anyone and I go, tell me the top 3 things you think about when you think of Apple, I don't think anyone's going to say gaming.
Yes, that is true. But it, based on these rumors and stuff, apparently a focus for this headset will be gaming. And this thing could launch as soon as 2022. So we're looking at, basically this year, but next year for this product. And so here's the weird thing. Obviously, the Quest 2 is very accessible. $300 for a VR headset, has everything you need. You don't need to. You can hook it up to a computer. You don't need to. Comes with the controllers. $300. That's really fair. We spend way more money on our smartphones. $300 really, it's nothing. It's a game console. Game consoles are successful. Facebook could be really successful selling these.
Yeah.
The thing about these rumors about the Apple headset, and this is classic Apple, but maybe even a step above, is that this is supposed to be like super expensive, super premium. So according to like the rumors, I'll just rattle off a few things here. 8K displays. So you know what I mean? Like I was talking about like pixelation. Like, can you see the pixels? Like with this Apple one, you probably won't be, Like it'll probably be pretty immersive if it has 8K displays. All these different sensors and stuff like that. Wi-Fi 6. And then I think the big thing here is that, and this is where Apple is in a very unique position right now to succeed with a VR headset, is that it's going to be running something similar to like an M1 chip, a very powerful full computer chip inside of this. Like this is Apple's master strategy. They're shrinking down these chips to the point where it's like, yeah, we can put this in a MacBook Air. We can also put this in our VR headset. And, I've seen some of like the graphics and stuff for the, Quest 2, as immersive as it is, it still looks like you're playing like a PS2 game. For some of these things, like it is taking a step back in fidelity to achieve the VR stuff, because you got to run it at high frame rates. You got to do a ton of crazy stuff. This takes a lot of power to run. So this Apple one, being an independent headset with their custom chips, actually has maybe the best chance at succeeding from like a gaming perspective and stuff like that, because these are not weak chips. The thing that really sinks it, though, is that the rumored price for something like this is $3,000. So you look at Facebook, $300, and I think Facebook is probably selling this at cost, maybe even a loss, because they make all their money through ads. Apple doesn't do that. They have to make their money somewhere. I don't know what this headset's going to be. Who knows if these rumors are even true, but $3,000 for a headset does not stand a chance of becoming a mainstream item. Maybe $1,000 they could do it because it's Apple, but $3,000, there's no way. This is rumors. Rumors have been wrong in the past. They've come out with ridiculous price rumors for other things Apple's done, and they've been way lower. But I'm just saying, if this is the strategy Apple's pursuing, something premium first to kind of test the waters, I think it's going to be a failure like a HomePod was a failure.
Yeah. And the thing is, I really believe that there is something here. I wasn't sure of that until I started using it. There really does feel like there's something here. And if Apple can come in at not a ridiculous price, listen, at one point you would go, no, it'll be under 1,000, but you go, well, wait a minute. I just say the Max AirPod Max Pros, whatever the hell those things are, $550. Like headphones for $500. At that price range, you're usually in audiophile territory, and those were not audiophile. They were just a luxury thing. that had all types of issues. So they would not be shy at pulling a trigger something super high. But to your point, if they could use like an M1 chip with the power efficiency, I mean, the type of graphics and stuff they could probably pull off would be really phenomenal. I don't know. Let's see what I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm excited to see. Listen. Add me tonight. I'm gonna tell you how to add me. I don't even know how to add. I don't know how to add anything.
I gotta set everything up. Apparently, I gotta make a Facebook account. I also don't use Facebook, to be honest. I'll probably make a fake name.
Yeah,
so,
you should.
Get ready for that. They're not gonna know who I am. You're like, who's this? Who's Bob? We need to come up with a name. Bob
Jackowitz.
Johnson in Ohio.
Be John Prosser Sam.
John Prosser.
John Sam Pam Prosser. What's Sam's Cole? What's his last name?
Sam Cole. Yeah, Sam Cole. Sam Cole.
Sam Cole Prosser John.
Cole Pross.
Cole Pross. There you go.
Sam
Cole Pross. Colonoscopy. There we go.
There we go.
So be looking on that on Facebook. Okay, I would literally talk about this the entire stream, but we're gonna move on just because I will get too crazy about this. I like it too much.
We can talk about it more because I'm gonna try it, obviously, and then we come back. I'll come back with my impressions next week, so we could talk about this more.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a virtual meeting.
Yeah, I mean, I want to figure out a way to do that here. So for those of you listening on the audio podcast, which again, there's always a lot more of you listening. We're live streaming this right now on YouTube. Imagine if we could do it virtually.
We do a gadget cast in VR, and then
we need VR cameras or something.
Go into VR to do a gadget. Can I do a virtual meetup, and would anyone show up? And that is the real question.
I have an old one of the earlier 3D cameras from Samsung that I could throw in here, and you could look around my studio room, and I think it would work. If I could figure out how to, I don't know. There's some way to do it because you can do 3D videos on YouTube. That's what I was watching. Yeah, I got it, man. I'll tell you, I can't wait till you try it out. But do it in that order. Start with go set up your Netflix on there, watch a video on there. That's cool. And then the next level of that is to go to YouTube and then watch a 3D video. That's dope. And then do like a game. Do like Beat Saber demo or something like that. And then get into your Resident Evil. Man,
I think I'm gonna do the opposite. I think I'm just gonna go right into Resident Evil and see what happens.
Then you better record yourself, man. Like literally, you better put a camera up because I need to see this.
All right, I'll see what I could do. Yeah, man, it's interesting. Let's stay on this gaming stuff right now because we've talked about Xbox and Game Pass a lot on this show, and we've kind of wondered if Sony was feeling the heat, if there would, be a competitive service from Sony. And it looks like there might be. These are all rumors again, too. But some good reporting out of Bloomberg from people who know their stuff are basically saying that behind the scenes, PlayStation is working on something called codename Spartacus. And it basically just sounds like a PlayStation version of Game Pass, where they would have this huge game library of PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and then PS5 games, and have like this giant catalog where you could stream. The only other detail about that, though, is they did say that right now in Sony's initial strategy, they're not sure if they would offer first-party games available like as soon as they're out, which is one of the hallmark things that Microsoft does, and one of the things why I think Game Pass is probably a success. I think having a back catalog is nice, but I also think the promise of you get all of our games as well the first day they're launched, that is very compelling. It's one of the reasons I use Game Pass, because there's a bunch of Microsoft games coming out now, like Halo, that I actually want to play through. And why not use the service to play them if you're already using it? So, but these are the stepping stones to using something like this. And yeah, what do you think about this? Because you're a big Game Pass fan. You've been preaching that.
I've been preaching it for a long time. I appreciate when people were still thinking it was a joke because they're like, there's no games on it. I'm like, bro, just like, first of all, this is why I'm a genius. Just like when the Echo came out many years ago, when they first promoted it, when you could only buy it on invitation. And I watched a little video and it can only do a couple of things. But in my mind, I was like, all the things it'll be able to do, because all of the updates aren't something that need to download to the hardware. It's all in the cloud. Like immediately, I'm like, buy it. I bought it immediately. I knew it would be something that was pervasive, and I was right because of the way it was formatted. Game Pass, also, it just made sense to me. It's like, that's the Netflix of gaming. It makes sense. It will Microsoft, this is their only thing they got, especially since they were struggling at one point. Like, this is the thing they're going to have to double down on. As long as they do that, this will be the thing. That's all the thing you've heard about this year in gaming is Game Pass. Like, just it's dominated the news this year. So Sony obviously has to do something. Like, you'd be dumb not to. Now, I only heard about this a little while ago. And I watched the video and someone said something like there might be 3 price tiers and stuff. If they overcomplicate this, they're going to screw it up. Sony can overcomplicate this and screw this up. They can do a lot of things to screw this up. And if I'm a Sony fan, I'm real nervous. I'm real nervous because it sounds like a cool thing and maybe they'll do something good, but I feel like they may screw this up. If they really are doing 3 price points, they've screwed it up. They've screwed it up.
I think they could do 2 price points because Xbox technically does 2 price points. You could just get the online service, or just Game Pass. Maybe that's it though, because technically, if you think about it that way, are there not 3 services for 3 tiers technically for Xbox? Because you could just get Game Pass without online service. You could just get online service, and then you get both together, which is 15, and that's basically what everyone should be doing if you ever play online. Doesn't make sense to get any of the other deals. So maybe it's something like that, where it's kind of like, yeah, technically there's 3 different services and you can kind of break it up if you want to, but why would you if we're offering it at this good price point? But you're right. Based on the rumors and the way the report read out, it definitely sounded like it was something they were mulling over that was going to be overcomplicated with, like, you get this access to these games if you do this, and then you get access to these games if you do that, you get access to these games if you do that. And I agree with you. I think that's totally the wrong strategy. And Sony loves to overcomplicate things. So I would not be surprised if the initial rollout was complicated. But I think that's something that's easy to correct, though. I think that's something Sony could be like, all right, we messed up on this. We can roll this back really easy and change price points. I always thought that was the problem for Microsoft, too. I know Game Pass is pretty popular, but I always thought the hardest thing for Microsoft especially when the Series X first launched, and they're really to give Microsoft, I think, still valid criticism, there were not really any exclusive games to play there, and Sony did have that. And people would go, well, you have Game Pass, and that's true. Like, Game Pass is a good service. I'm willing to admit that. But I always thought the danger in relying in that is it's a very easy service to copy if you needed to. It's very easy to go, us too. You can download our games now too. $15 a month, us too. So that's the danger in it. That it's very easy to do, and you still need a catalog of good games. If you don't have the good games, and since I've said this initially, Microsoft has put in the work to buy a lot of studios that make amazing games. So I'm not doubting them as much as I was in the initial rollout before they bought Bethesda. They have access to all the IPs they need now to really sell these things, and you can't buy any console anyway, so it doesn't matter at this point. But yeah, it's interesting. I wonder how this rollout will go. Ultimately, I think more options is a good thing. The only thing I will be slightly sad in is if we ever get to a point where it's like you can't buy the games anymore or something like that. Like, I think that's the big fear with all these services. And you look at something like Netflix and all these things where you really don't own anything. And I feel like gaming is a little bit different than movies or TV shows. Those are kind of more throwaway in a way. Like, you watch a movie, it's 2 hours long. You streamed it, you don't have to own it. It's fine. Some games, man, there's old games I still play today. And it's like, I go back and I play them. And, if games get taken off these services and you can't access them, that's something that the whole industry is talking about right now, actually, even with digital ownership, because they can take a digital game off the storefront and you can never download it again. So I really hope they're really thinking about preserving some of these older game titles that people love. Rockstar just had a bunch of controversy with this. They released the definitive edition of GTA and they pulled the old editions off the store, and people got rightfully upset about that. You should have access to these older games if you want them.
Yeah, I mean but that's kind of the world in which we are moving towards when you get rid of physical physical things like going to a store and buying your latest CD or tape or whatever, and it's a lot like renting an apartment versus owning a house. You know what I mean? It's almost exactly the same. Like, you rent an apartment, you get use of it while you're paying for it. You stop paying for it, you get kicked out, you have nothing. You have the memories. Same thing here. Digital can pull, I mean, they generally don't. If you download something, usually it's yours or you have it, unless there's some type of licensing behind it where it checks in. And if they revoke that, then you're really screwed. Or if you rely on the cloud-based service for backups, like you do for like iCloud and stuff, anything you back up and then, you go back to get it and it's not there, same thing. So, but that's what we're becoming used to. We're becoming used to not actually owning anything, and not actually having anything, versus this physical thing that you can, depending on what happens, you can have it forever and use it for just about ever. So yeah, I mean, and Sharon even says like, Amazon removed a book I purchased from the Kindle. That's kind of one of those rare things. Amazon tries not to do that, but they can if they have to, if they're being told to or something like that, they can. So that's, again, another thing, like you paid for it and stuff like this, and they'll probably refund you if you really, put up a stink about it, but that shouldn't even be a thing. It's like, what do you do?
I think this is actually an issue that goes beyond these specific companies, because a company really, at the end of the day, is here to make money. Running a server and taking up space for a game that one person downloads and wants to keep alive is a waste of money for them. And like, I get it. Like, I totally get why they don't want these services running forever. Sony actually just tried to do this. They tried to pull down the PlayStation Vita store. The PlayStation Vita was like a failure, but some people really like it. And they tried to like pull down the store, and they got so much backlash of like, what do you mean? Like if my memory card gets wiped, I won't be able to like delete, I won't be able to re-download these. And it's like, no. So they got so much backlash that they reversed their decision. But again, these are things that are not going to, like, in 10 years, I don't know if that store is still, I mean, it might be around for now. They'll wait until there's not enough backlash and then they'll take it down, I think. I think we need some sort of public system where if you're taking down a game and you're not making money on it, there needs to be like a library, a digital library. Maybe the government runs it or something like that, where you can still get access to these games for free or something like that without, I mean, like, I know there's like a big piracy market, and technically if you go through some stuff, you can technically have access to anything. People have figured this out, but it would be nice to have an official system for people who are not as literate or people who don't want to walk down those paths where, they bought this game. It's an old game. You're not making money off of it. What's the harm in keeping the legacy of that alive? So people can enjoy it as long as they want to. It's a work of art. Mm-hmm. Keep it alive.
Yeah, like I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Okay, so are we done this? Because I want to get on to something real quick before we move to one of our next things.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I moved into this room and I'm putting stuff in different places. I would say it's 70% done. And one of the things I had to do was grab these headphones. So for those of you, again, that watch the YouTube channel, you see that Greg and I have matching Q10 from Soundcore. And what makes them special is they have the GadgetCast logo on them. They were custom made for us. What was it? Earlier last year, we gave away 2 of them to 2 of our biggest listeners. Of course, neither one of them listen anymore, at least, or if they do, it's not during the live stream. So we haven't been giving away anymore. We're going to
need those returned to us.
Yeah, we're going to need them returned. And I will say this. When I got some stuff sent to me from Anchor, and then magically a third was sent to me, but I don't think it's customized. I haven't opened it. I believe this one right here is just the Soundcore Q10 in our colorway. I don't know, but I don't believe that it is customized. But I do want to get rid of these. I need to get these out of here. So we're going to give away one. I saw in the comments of the last video, the people who watched the live stream after the fact, we appreciate you. Saw everyone. I also read the comments today. Some great comments about the live stream from last week. So thank you for doing that. Some people are interested in the contest. I am straight up going to give away one of these custom ones today. We'll still have one left, and then we'll have one that's, I believe, is not gadget casted. So I want to give one away today, mainly because I thought about this for a while. Like, I already know who I want to give it to. I want to give it to someone who's not only been a longtime supporter of GadgetCast, but personally has been a very long time supporter of me as well in my live streams and such. So I'm going to do that today, and then we'll still have a couple left. I would give this to Jeff, but Jeff has 27 million headphones, so I can't give it to Jeff. Jeff's been an incredible supportive person. Plus, he already has Soundcore Q10s. But I want to say this person has been supporting me since I started doing, well, not the very beginning, but very early on. I see him in live streams everywhere. He's been in live streams from GadgetCast since I can think the beginning. So I want to give this one of the last customized Soundcore Q10s to my dude 504, who's been keeping it live for a while. So I would like to send this to you, 504. Why don't you hit me up on Twitter or something? Give me your address. I'm going to send this over to you. You can wear them when you listen to the show. If you've never had Soundcore Q10s, they're going to blow your brains out. But now you got them with the GadgetCast, baby. So that means we still have one more pair to give away. We don't know how we're going to do it. Greg, you need to figure it out because I just gave mine away. So we still have one more. You're going to have to give the other one away. But as for 504, you get one player. I'm going
to send mine to the Genius Bar podcast.
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not doing
no,
that.
504 definitely 100% deserves them. I was like, who's Travis picking? I didn't even know. I was like, what's going on here? Who's he talking about? And then he said 504. I was like, yeah, definitely. 100%.
Yeah. So we'll figure out, or Greg will figure out how to give away the other one. And then we have the I don't know, the honorable mention that doesn't have the GadgetCast on it, and we'll figure something out. So congrats to 504. Thank you for supporting us, supporting me, and just being a community member across a lot of YouTube. Not just us, by the way. He's in a lot of people's live streams. I see him. He's everywhere, and he supports people. And I can't tell you how much that means to me as a creator, and I'm sure to other creators as well. So 504, thank you so much. Get in touch with me. We'll get this out to you this week, and you'll be able to enjoy, hopefully, next week's episode with him on. Okay, so that's that. Now, Greg, what is this? I don't even know we're going to spend too much time on this because I feel like there's other things we talk about. But let's talk a little bit about this Apple car because you want to say something. Because after this, I need to talk about that other thing you DM'd me. Because I didn't know nothing about the new iPad Pro.
It's another thing that's very quick to talk about, honestly, because, again, these are rumored products that are pretty far out. But it is something that Apple's been rumored to be working on for a long time. And apparently, Mark Gurman from Bloomberg says they got like a hard date now. And that's new of like, you know, they're kind of doing it. They have this thing called Project Titan, which is their car project. They've been working on it forever. And Mark Gurman apparently is saying 2025, they want to hit that date for an Apple car. And the ambitions for this thing sound too insane to realistically be a thing because I think they're aiming to make a car without a steering wheel. Like they want it to be fully autonomous, self-driving 2025. I'll never doubt Apple. They have made some crazy innovative products over their lifetime. They have amazing technology. That sounds impossible to me for 2025 without a steering wheel. Even if it can do fully self-driving, even if it could, I just can't envision the world being, I am ready for that. I can't envision regulators saying that's cool. I can't envision normal people going, I'm going to get in this car and trust it 100%. I just don't see it being a thing for the first time. And I just don't think personally, anyway, the technology is anywhere close for ready for self-driving. I know Tesla has been saying they're going to have self-driving, I don't know, 4 years ago. They've said, well, we'll have it out then. We'll have it out then every year. We're going to have it out this year. And it's never a thing. So it's a hard problem.
Look, here's the thing. I've been saying this for a while. There's nothing wrong with self-driving cars. The biggest problem and the thing that's going to continue to keep them from being the safest way of travel is until there is at least 90% cars on the road that are automated. Because then you can start using other types of technology to keep cars from hitting each other and doing all those weird things. Right now, the biggest unknown is other humans not knowing how to drive. That's the problem. Yes. It's not the technology of the car. It's all the people that are not cars that are automated. So
because I've seen how these systems work with Tesla. They have a full self-driving beta. I've watched some of these videos. And you know what? As human drivers, there are laws out there that we kind of like 50% follow. Like if like a lot of people, like if you see a stop sign, you got to stop at the line. But some people stop a little bit ahead of the line. And some people get really aggressive if you take even a second at a stop sign. People are upset. So these self-driving things are they're to the law. So they'll stay there for like 3 seconds before they pull out of a thing. And these things will cause so much road rage from people who have to drive. I'm not like an aggressive driver, but there's tons of aggressive drivers around me, and they get upset what I do. So I can't imagine these people sitting behind a self-driving. They're going to pull ahead of this thing and cause an accident because, like you said, human drivers are the worst. I agree with you. If all these cars were just self-driving cars, if they were all computer systems, I think you'd have way less car accidents, way less on needless and unfortunate deaths out there. I think it would be a good thing overall, but it's just such a messy transition period because how do you get everyone on a self-driving car all at the same time? It's
that's the problem. There's going to be a transition. Now, I've actually been in a completely driving car at CES 2020 in Vegas, of all places. If you've ever been on the Strip, that's pretty impressive. So what they did was it was one of the Lyfts or one of the Ubers. It says it's like a driver's car. Now, what's actually happening is you get in. There's actually two people in the front. They will drive the car away from the hotel, just onto the street, because legally, like, the hotels don't want any of that smack around there, whatever, for whatever reason. As soon as that car is out of off the property of the hotel, the car drives itself. I was in like 2 or 3 of those rides, and they were fine. They're absolutely smooth. I mean, if you've ever been down the Vegas Strip, it is crazy, like busy. It had no problems with anything that was happening. Whether there be cars around, people walking by, whatever, it was absolutely fine. They did not have to touch the steering wheel at all. It was the way you would think it would be, like in the movies, right? But again, in order for that to happen, you got to be at the tipping point of enough cars on the road that are automated. Otherwise, you're in this weird halfway place where as soon as a car hits something else, you're going to blame the car when in reality it was probably the person in front of them or whatever. Not, listen, the cars are going to be, you're going to have glitches and stuff too. So they're going to have problems. Sure. But that could happen anyway, because you're a human and you could have a glitch. What happens if you have a stomach pain out of the middle of nowhere? That's your glitch. You know what I mean? I had gallstones in the middle of the night, a couple months ago, like a month and a half ago, and I about fell out. I wouldn't have known that. That could have happened to me while I was driving. What's the difference? It's the same thing. So I think it's an interesting situation. We're in a really cool place for technology. Some people do need to kind of get on board because things are not going to wait. Things are getting pushed that direction. And there's only so much that you can kind of pull back from. I think that at the end of the day, this is a thing that probably should happen. I know some people are not going to like that. But I think it should happen. I think it'll be safer. People are already on their phones when they're driving anyway, which they should not be doing. Now you can be. Let the car drive. You can be on your phone all you want to be. You don't got to worry about it then. So I think that's where we need to be. Yeah,
I just want to say 100% agree. We need to be there. This is a lofty goal for, 4 years at this point? So we'll see. But I also think there's some people who say Apple shouldn't make a car. I think this is a space they need to be in, because if we do get to this point of self-driving cars, you need to be selling these cars, because where is all the attention going to be at that point? You know how much more attention, how many more eyeballs you'll have if you have a car with an infotainment system in it? That is so many eyeballs if people are still commuting around everywhere. That is so many hours of people's attention that is free for yours if you are the maker of that car. Apple, you get full control of like 2 hours of a commute, and that's powerful.
100%. Yeah, I think that there's something there. I don't know if I want it to be Apple, mainly because they're going to make it stupid expensive. I mean, probably rightfully so, but they're charging $20 for like a polishing cloth. Come on,
it's true.
So I'm not in a hurry for that, but I'm sure it'll be nice and fun and whatever. But for me, I would rather just I would rather everyone just jump on board. Let's figure this out, dude. My robot that does my vacuuming now, I want more of that.
Yeah,
I need more of that. That is if you don't have like whatever the thing is, whatever the hell it is, that thing is amazing. I love that thing, and it just makes life easier.
I meant to bring this up when we were talking about VR, but I was also thinking about this. I was talking about this to someone like yesterday. I was going, in probably like 10, maybe if I'm going to put a maximum on it, like 20 years, when you go to like record a video, you know how they, for like The Irishman, they're able to like de-age people using CGI. I think like technology like that is going to like just come down the pipeline for like everyone to use in like 10 years with like all this AR and VR stuff. And it's like, hey, you could probably make yourself look pretty young or pretty attractive, whatever. I don't know. It's going to be crazy if everyone's actually like wearing these systems. It'll be interesting.
They're already doing that stuff, man. What are you talking about, man?
They're already doing it. And it's going to be like, but it's going to be everywhere. Like you'll record a video and be like, I'm looking a little bit old today. Well, people are never going to know that.
That's a good point. That's not a bad point at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Looking forward to it.
What else do we want to talk about before we start to slide it down? What else is going on? First of all, I saw this thing about Bloomberg that they're doing a new iPad Pro next year, which is a little surprising to me. I'm a little surprised by that because they don't always do it every year. So that kind of, with wireless charging, which I'm down for, I love wireless charging. I mean, wireless charging on a 11 to 12 inch display is a little weird, but okay. And I love my iPad Pro, but I'm a little bit like, I don't know that I don't know that we need that. Like, what is it going to be? An M2? I mean, I don't know. Listen, put it out, Apple, I guess. But I don't understand that. I also don't understand. What was the other thing they said? There was a couple of things that they're allegedly releasing.
Wireless charging.
Glass back on an iPad Pro. No thanks. Don't need that. We don't need another base iPad. That one really confused. Do they do iPads every year?
Yeah.
Or didn't they skip a year?
No, they pretty much do them every year at this point.
All right, that's fair. And what was the other thing they were doing? So obviously the phone, of course. Oh, new AirPod Pros. That probably is appropriate. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Oh, yeah, the 11-inch needs mini LED. That's true. That's true for the iPad Pro. Yeah. That's true.
11-inch mini LED. Better hardware is always great if you buy it, but like at this point, the iPad's so powerful. I just really want to see them focus on software this year for that thing. I just want to keep getting the software better. Obviously, they got to just keep it updated, though. Having a new iPad with more updates is better than them skipping a year and not doing it. And then you're like, well, what do I buy? Because this thing hasn't been updated. Remember when we were on that situation where it had like an A12X in it and the iPad Air was out with the A14? You don't want that happening again. So I hope they, revise it. The glass back stuff sounds weird, though. I don't know if that's going to be a thing.
I still love how, and Genosis in the chat says this is like, the question that never got answered for 2021 is the new iPad Pro's taking advantage of that 16 gigs of RAM.
I think they can now, though.
Huh?
I think they can.
How?
I think they increased the limit of the app memory that they can do.
Yeah, but I want to see someone actually take advantage of it. To my knowledge, there's nothing out there that's taking advantage of it. I'd love to see something that is.
Yeah, iPadOS 15 allows apps to use up to 12 gigabytes of RAM. And to be fair, there are instances where you can use that. People working in Photoshop on iPad, if you use a ton of layers, you can eat up the RAM. I don't do it. But I've seen people open up like a Photoshop project, and it is like 300 layers. You're like, wait, what? why are there so many layers?
Why do you need that? Yeah.
So some people can take advantage of it. And actually, the target audience for something like that, like Photoshop or drawing, those people, maybe they're like, oh, thank God we have 16 gigabytes of RAM. But in terms of like mass audience and stuff like that, or just like a better multitasking experience, yeah, it's not there. There needs to be something more. It can't just be, these two apps are great with 16 gigabytes of memory. No, give us more.
Listen, I'm not hating on it. It's just that you needed the top tier iPad Pro to get it in the first place. So as a developer, do you go, okay, I can now use more RAM that 300 of these iPads out in the world have use of, and 100 of those actually use my app, and 20 of those people will actually use this feature. Like, no, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen. So I don't know. I still, to this day, I'm a little perplexed by that, but I mean, it is what it is. Did I get the M1 iMac that comes on this coming up week? So I definitely want to talk about iMacs next week. My Mac Mini, which is still sitting over here, which will probably get returned because I'm getting an iMac now. So we'll definitely have that to talk about next week. And there was one other thing. I saw something in chat. What was it? Yes. I'm going to leave on a rant. I'm going to do something. I know that our live stream in my YouTube live stream yesterday could hear this. I'm going to turn something on, and I want you to tell me if you can hear it, Greg. And this has been the bane of my new existence. Okay, here it goes. Can you hear that?
Slightly.
A little bit, right?
A little bit.
Now, that is 4.5 feet away. It is my Xbox fridge. And I've been waiting to get this. I really wanted to get it. I paid a scalper's prices on eBay. And it's loud as hell. I literally can hear it in another room. What makes it terrible, what makes it really bad, I mean, again, some people are not going to be able to hear it because this mic has really good rejection. If I hear, I'll make sure you can hear it. Let me turn my other microphone on. You can probably hear it now. So here's the thing. This is a fridge that it looks like an Xbox One, which is kind of cool. It's got lights and everything. You put your drinks in. And I was like, for this room, it's great. It's my gaming room. It's going to be perfect. I'm excited to have it. And it sounds like a jet taking off. It is like the loudest PC with terrible cooling that there ever has been. Again, I can hear it from the other room. So it almost is useless now. I come to find out, Greg, and this is what really upset me. There's 2 versions, but they never said anything about it. Here's my theory of what happened. So the ones, if you go into Target now, they actually have, it's a 3-way switch. This has a 2-way switch, on or off, right? The new one has off, max, and eco mode. Now, Viper got that one. It was at Target. Eco mode is much quieter, yet keeps everything cold. This does not have that. I think that there have been 2 runs. I think what happened is they posted this, pictures, everything on YouTube, everyone wanted to buy it. Like, okay, let's buy it. Someone looked at this and went, this thing is too loud. People are going to hate this thing. And they were like, how can we make it better? Oh, let's make this eco mode. So they made an eco mode, but never told anybody, continued to sell the crappy version, which of course I got. And then the new mode, which no one's ever going to know, is out there now. So now there's people who got screwed, and then there's people who got the better version. And most people don't know that there's 2 versions. Now, here's the end result for me. So I bought it on eBay, right? I can't swap anywhere. I don't have any receipt or anything. So what did I do? Because you can't go into Target and buy them anymore. Went back on eBay, paid another swapper's price. This time I made sure, I talked to the guy, I said, make sure it has 3-way switch. He does. So I paid 4 times the price for one of these, Greg. And I don't even know what to tell you. There's no moral to this story.
Listen, I don't even know why you want this thing. It's a little
cool.
No, it's not.
It's awesome.
It's like 5 soda cans. Who cares?
I like it. Plus, it's gaming. Look, it looks like my favorite console, the Xbox Series X. It fits in my gaming motif of this room, and it keeps drinks cold.
I saw these go up like the second they went up, and I was like, do I want this? And I was like, no. Why do I want this? Also, I don't know why you're upset. It's accurate to the console. These consoles are loud. They make a lot of fan noise. It's good.
This is louder than my Xbox Series X. This is louder than my Xbox Series X. Stop it. My God.
It's accurate. Ridiculous. You play some of these games on, high settings.
Terrible, man.
How many cans does it fit? Because it really is small, right? What do you got in there?
I mean, listen, it's got removable shelves, so you can make stuff fit. They have a door thing where you can put like little candy bars and stuff on. And then you can put like sandwiches and stuff in here too. But I have, if you know anything about Arizona iced tea, they're like the really big ones, almost like the monster cans. You can put 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 or 5 of those, and then another aisle of like drinks that you can kind of slide in. Yeah, I mean, you're not getting much more than 4 or 5 in there, but it's a personal like thing. It's it's just for one person, really.
Gaming companies get such a pass on this stuff.
They do. Okay, yes, they do.
Can you imagine if Apple came out and was like, here is the Mac Pro fridge, and we would rip them apart and be like, what are you making this for?
The thing is only $99 though, so it's not like it's trying to get you for a whole bunch of money.
I know.
I paid more than that, but
it's the price of a mini fridge. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
If you need a mini fridge, you want it to look cool, I get it.
I'm just upset that there's 2 versions and I got the screwed up one.
Bad. They should have either advertised that or made sure that
they're advertised because no one's gonna buy that one. That's the problem. That's why they never said anything. Because they're like, oh, we gotta get rid of these. Don't say nothing. Ugh. Terrible. All right, look, we need to do this after.
You can probably resell that one though. These things are gonna be so limited.
I mean, I probably can. I'm hoping that I can.
More than you paid for it. Be the ultimate.
That's definitely not going to happen because now they're starting to kind of show up. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I gotta sell to something. But yeah. Anyway, next week a lot more to talk about. Well, I'll have my iMac, so I'll have questions about that. Greg will have his Oculus. I'm so excited about this. I'm super hyped.
Oh yeah,
super hyped. Definitely gonna talk to him about that. Hope you all can hear my mini fridge in the background. Anyway, for everyone who's hanging out in the chat, we'll stay for a couple minutes. But for y'all, those of y'all listening to the audio podcast, please leave us hey, listen, tell us why you need to have the other pair of headphones, and then also leave us a good review on Apple Reviews. Come on, what's wrong with y'all? You need to help us.
Absolutely, you got to do it.
Listen,
I was serious when I say I listened to a bunch of podcasts this week, and I'm like, what's going on here? Why is Gadgetcast not number one? I listened to the audio quality on some of them. I'm like, this is bad. I listened to the personalities on some of them. I was like, this is boring. I thought we had a good mix. We got the good audio. We got pretty good personality. Why not us? Why not us?
We are the best. Why not us?
Why not us?
Such a great question. Why not us? All right. Anyway, he's Greg. I'm Travis. This is Gadgetcast. We'll see you next week. All right. Boop, 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 boop.
That's hard to forgive. Why not us?
Why not us, damn it. So, for those of you who just came into live stream, we are trying a new platform. Does this look clearer than we normally look? I believe that it does. Some other people earlier said it does. Just for the people who just came in, I want to see if you can tell a difference. We had a little bit of a issue at the beginning, but we're fine now. I was half thinking about editing that out, but I think it's kind of funny for the people who watch later. I think they need to see all that.
Yeah, no, keep it
crispy.
I like the realism.
Crispy.
Maybe too crispy. I like it when you can't see my face.
Is it extra crispy?
Smoothing effect.
We need that smoothing effect.
Need that de-aging too.
You need some anti-aliasing.
Forever?
Definitely not. Greg's hair does look amazing. Yeah, he does a good job.
It lasts forever. It's gonna go one day. I need to stay young. The older, starting to get older now, and I'm like, oh no.
Yep.
Need to be youthful.
Yeah, for some reason I don't know why. I still can't figure out why StreamYard looks weird. Like I don't know why it makes my stuff not look as good. But literally, I've been trying to use Restream for a while.
Restream's got the better tech, I guess. Yeah.
I guess, and I need to talk to StreamYard about it because technically StreamYard's doing a lot of good stuff. So they both do good stuff. Anyway, it's just a slightly different. I don't know. We'll go back and forth. They both have their pros and cons. This has the chat overlay, which I think a lot of people will like. I think they like being able to see that.
I think this was fine. I think the only negative we talked about was that it didn't have like a green screen thing, but who cares?
It does. It actually does.
Oh, it does.
That's why we started doing it this week. If you hit your little thing there, it says green screen. When you first log in, the little settings, it's there. That's why we started.
Wear makeup? Is that a thing?
Yes, I believe he does actually.
Okay.
Yeah, he talked about that. He talked about that once.
Did he?
I don't remember where it is. Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah, I believe he does. What else? Let's see. I've written how Romney style refuses to die. That's funny.
Someone to teach me how to do makeup.
Teach me how to, Dougie. Teach me how to. Man, you need to
over
get this.
Here. Teach me how to do makeup.
Dude, you need to get on this Oculus, dude. I'm telling you. I really want to see a video of you the first time you play Resident Evil. Like, just have your woman like watch, stand there with an iPhone and just record you for like 5 minutes, and then send me the video. Oh, that's actually not a bad point, Brent. I think I can change that.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can change that.
Blue.
Sorry about that. I have the default branding as purple, so I don't know. What's the background? They don't have a purple background. If you remove it, it's like black. It's a void. Oh wait, what happened to that background? It just completely disappeared because
That's cool.
What the heck? What the heck, man? What is wrong with these people? All right, here. Where's the Gadgetcast logo?
I wasn't talking about Genius Bar podcast, by the way, when I said other podcasts were boring and badly produced. That's very well produced. But there are a lot of podcasts out there. I was surprised. I'm like, huh, this doesn't sound that good.
Really?
I'm judging now. I'm getting into my judging phase of like
judgmental.
Yeah.
Is it really like that? Would you say that there are just some? Well, that's not really that surprising, I suppose.
There's some popular podcasts in our genre that I'm just baffled. I'm like, what is the allure to listen to this? And I just don't know.
Well, how do we even know people
Say that about us? Maybe we probably suck, but I really
think
was
we're good.
going in. I was trying to, sometimes you like look at other content, and for YouTube and stuff, that's my jam. So I know I can look at other people. I can look at what Renee is doing, and go, oh, that works really well. I can look at what Prosper's doing. Oh, that works so well. But then, like in podcasting, it's different. So I have to listen to podcasts too. And it's like, oh, is there any ideas I can take for Gadget Cast coming from other podcasts? Is there anything I could work on there? And it's kind of like, no, like there's like no innovation, even like sound quality wise. I wouldn't say ours is like amazing, but it's even surprising how, we don't put that much into sound quality, honestly, like processing it afterwards, but we do just have the equipment to have decent sound. That's something we did very early on for the listener experience. And it's surprising that there's a couple of podcasts out there where I'm just like, it is hard to listen to this, not even for the content, but it just really sounds. And I know sometimes like our levels are a little bit different. I'm just talking about like really bad audio and stuff like that and listener experience.
Well, we obsessed over that when we first started. Like we immediately wanted to make sure that it sounded good. We really wanted to give a good experience for people to have. And I think we've always done a good job of it. I'm kind of proud of what we've been able to do. So, yeah. All right. Anything else before we head on out? Podcast Sounds Sweet. We have some purple headphones.
Better. I can't remember the last time I Gadget Cast in a YouTube video. I got to be yo, you're not in Gadget Cast.
It's always on your end screens, which I'm always like really happy about. And I've promoted a couple times the last couple videos, I suppose, but
I need to be like unsubscribe to this channel if you're not.
We don't like you anymore.
I don't like
All right.
you.
Anyway, listen, we're going to head out of here, but we
need to make TikToks of Gadget Cast, 1 minute bites of the whole show. Let's be like Gadget.
Yeah,
it's not a bad idea actually. I should see if there's some good highlights, and I should put them up on TikTok, because there are TikToks that are podcasts, and it's like they just do like a 1 minute highlight, and it's like, that was actually pretty good. Yeah, maybe we should like edit that somehow. Maybe make a segment. Maybe make a TikTok specific segment where we're just completely on.
You know what we need? We just need to have Trent do a bunch of the little things he does and make videos, because he does such a great job, man. He's so good.
Yeah, let's outsource this for free. So Trent, get on that and make all of our highlights for free and never receive a single penny.
Maybe we'll give him these headphones. We give him some of these headphones.
We're full of ourselves. Hey, we're doing you a favor. Here's our headphones. Please make all this content for free.
Y'all guys are real good. We appreciate you. All right, everybody. Join us on Twitter and everything, and we'll see you guys and gals next time. Peace and or love.